Tian Xuning finally speaks about Ziyu-Fans can't hold back their tears. For months, fans around the world have been holding their breath, waiting for any sign, any word, from Tian Xuning after the emotional storm that followed her separation from Ziyu. The silence between the two stars had grown deafening, each avoiding public comment, each retreating into their own private worlds. But yesterday, everything changed. In a rare, heartfelt interview that aired on a popular streaming platform, Tian Xuning finally opened up about her feelings, her regrets, and the truth behind her complicated relationship with Ziyu. The moment her voice cracked mid-sentence, millions of fans across the world broke down with her. It wasn't just an interview, it was a confession, a cry, and a goodbye that nobody was ready to hear. Broken heart, a voice shaking with emotion. The interview began quietly. Tian Xuning appeared in a soft white dress, her makeup minimal, her hair tied back simply. There was no glamour, no spotlight, just honesty. When the host gently asked if she still thought about Ziyu, Tian Xuning paused. She looked down, took a deep breath, and said softly, "Every day. I think about him every single day. Some people leave, but their shadow stays forever." Her voice trembled. The camera caught the glimmer of tears in her eyes, and within seconds, social media erupted. On Weibo, hashtags like Tian Xuning speaks, Ziyu and Tien forever, and she still loves him began trending within minutes. Fans who had waited for closure finally got it, but it wasn't the kind of closure they expected. The memories that never fade. Throughout the interview, Tian Xuning revisited several key moments from her past with Ziyu. She spoke of their first collaboration, how nervous she had been to work with him, and how his calm, patient energy had helped her through. "He always knew how to make people around him feel safe," she said. "Even when I made mistakes, he never raised his voice. He just smiled and said, 'Let's try again.' It was that gentleness," she admitted, "that made her fall for him. But what broke her," she confessed, "was the silence that followed their growing fame. Sometimes, the world around us became too loud," she whispered. "The cameras, the rumors, the pressure, we stopped hearing each other." Her words painted a painful image, a love story not destroyed by betrayal, but by the weight of fame and expectations. Loudly crying face fans in tears across the world. The emotional impact of Tian Xuning's confession was immediate and overwhelming. On TikTok and Instagram, clips of her teary-eyed moment flooded feeds. Fans from across Asia, Europe, and the Americas began posting messages of love and heartbreak. One fan wrote, "This isn't just a celebrity story anymore. It's about two souls who loved each other but were torn apart by the world." Another commented, "I never cried this hard since watching their last performance together. Tien still loves him, I can feel it." In fan forums, users shared screenshots, translated quotes, and old photos of Tian Xuning and Ziyu smiling side by side. Many said they felt like they were watching a chapter of history close forever. Speech balloon, the unspoken words. When asked if she had a message for Ziyu, Tian Xuning hesitated again. The studio fell completely silent. Then, with her voice barely above a whisper, she said, "If he ever hears this, I just want him to know I'm sorry. For the things I said, and for the things I didn't say. I hope he's happy now." Truly. It was that single sentence that broke millions of hearts. The internet exploded with reactions, with fans calling it the most emotional confession of the year. Many compared the moment to iconic love stories in entertainment history, bittersweet, poetic, and unforgettable. But some sharp-eyed viewers noticed something else. When Tien said, "I hope he's happy now," her lips trembled as if there was something more she wanted to say, but couldn't. A symbolic gesture. Shortly after the interview aired, Tian Xuning posted a simple photo on her social media, a small candle beside a folded letter, captioned only with the words "Thank you for everything." The post gathered over 12 million likes within 24 hours. Fans began speculating that the candle and letter were a symbolic farewell to Ziyu. Some even claimed that the photo's background matched a spot near the lake where the two were once photographed years ago, adding fuel to theories that Tien had returned there to find peace. Revolving Hearts. Ziyu's silent response. While Ziyu himself has not made a direct comment, fans noticed something unusual on his own account. Just hours after Tien's interview, he reposted an old song lyric on his story, "Some goodbyes don't need words. The heart already knows." The timing was too perfect to ignore. Within minutes, fans connected the dots, believing the lyric was a subtle reply to Tien's apology. The post was later deleted, but screenshots spread rapidly, confirming what everyone already felt in their hearts: Ziyu heard her. Their love that defined a generation. Tian Xuning and Ziyu's relationship, whether real, rumored, or spiritual, has become one of the most talked about stories in modern Asian entertainment. From their emotional performances to their rumored off-screen closeness, they embodied a kind of love that transcended fiction. Their chemistry wasn't just romantic, it was cosmic. Fans described it as the kind of connection that can't be acted. Even when they stood apart on stage, the energy between them was undeniable. And now, even after everything, it seems that connection still lingers, quiet, invisible, but eternal. Crescent Moon. The pain of letting go. In the latter half of the interview, Tian Xuning revealed that letting go of Ziyu had been the hardest thing she'd ever done. "You can move on from a person," she said, "but you can't move on from a feeling that shaped who you are." She admitted that some nights, she still replays their old performances, still listens to songs they once shared, still wonders how life might have turned out if things had been different. "Maybe we were never meant to stay," she continued softly. "Maybe we were just meant to meet to remind each other that love can be pure, even if it doesn't last." That line has since been quoted thousands of times across fan pages and news outlets. It perfectly captured the tragedy and beauty of their story. Bouquet fans gather to show support. Outside Tian Xuning's studio building, fans gathered carrying white flowers and letters of love. They weren't protesting or demanding answers, they were thanking her. Banners read, "We're proud of your honesty, and love doesn't end, it transforms." Meanwhile, global fan communities organized online events, playing compilations of Tien and Ziyu's most memorable moments.